To start, let's look at our impact support membrane, also known as our blackout screen that's behind me here. It's a material that blocks out much of the light. So this goes behind your impact screen. They pair up beautifully. There's a Velcro point about 111 inches up from the hitting surface where our impact screens seamlessly attach. This screen comes with our head roll assembly. So if you want that retractability aspect in your space, you'll be looking for the impact support membrane, again, that blackout screen, likely pairing that up with our impact screen, which is a 3-ply premium blend that we'll get into in a second here. Now that we've paired the blackout screen or the impact support membrane with the impact screen, again, both can be found on our DIY or Build a Studio golf page. You can see here, excellent in terms of lighting, so there's no light coming in from behind. That blackout screen does an excellent job blocking that out. It also helps with noise reduction and wear and tear, so if you're hitting on this screen constantly, this is a 3-ply premium blend screen, so it is going to stand the test of time, but pairing that blackout screen behind it is just the cherry on top, makes an excellent addition to your golf sim. So this rear support membrane or the blackout screen, impact screen that pairs with it, it actually is going to go on our head roll assembly and be mounted to your ceiling or back wall via our black angle brackets here. You want to buffer these out from your back wall at least 8 to 12 inches from the screen. So if going off the back wall, you might want to use a 2x4 to get that extra depth. If you're going off the ceiling, you can straight mount this to the ceiling and have everything come down from there. Now you might see in this case, we're actually looking at a Vanish series. So this is our full enclosure. And you'll notice we have our versatile mounting brackets. So in each of the 4 corners here, we've got a versatile mounting bracket. That's helping to support the system down from the ceiling and allowing us to get some clearance overhead from our ceiling panel, behind the wall, everything. It's very seamless to use, adjustable, lets us fit it into the space beautifully here. You'll notice again, as I mentioned, the Velcro along the top, as well as on the sides. This allows you to continue building your studio. So like I mentioned, if you're tight for a budget, if you just want to get started with the front screen and the impact screen itself, you can do so, and then later down the road, maybe it's a birthday present, a Christmas present, something like that, you can continue building out. And the beauty of the Build a Studio is that you can piece everything together. So at this point in time, this is kind of the baseline. You've got our impact screen, you've got a rear support membrane behind it there, and you can build out from there. So we have Velcro at the closest to the top here. There will be 2 strips on your impact screen. This is so that if you did ever add the ceiling panel, you can also add the front baffle to attach, which we'll show a little bit later on. You can also go with just the front baffle and attach that to your ceiling with Velcro. Again, we'll get into that in a little bit, but everything's here to continue building out. So if you're on that budget, if you're trying to DIY this, you can get started with this setup and then move on that. So we've put up the impact support membrane, the blackout screen behind this 3-ply premium impact screen here. That's kind of your baseline. We do see some of our customers going with just our side screens to add to their existing impact screens. But the next biggest item to be added to your system, if you're not ready for the side screens yet, but you do want to tie in this impact screen to your space, you want to look at the corner pieces. So these will go into the corners, and you can actually get some adhesive Velcro to put onto your wall that's nearby, or if you've got padded walls, you want to tie it in. You can see there's Velcro here. That's going to apply to the corner of your impact screen. And it's also typically going to apply to our side screen here. And that's going to allow that seam to be closed up. Again, if you've got padded walls, you want to add it to our impact screen and add it to the padded walls. Now you've got a fully enclosed wall and front impact screen here. So that is the corners. Now let's look at the top here. Currently I'm in a Vanish series, so this is a little bit different. If you've got a shorter ceiling that's somewhat outside of our dimensions on our Vanish series, you may not be able to make our ceiling panel work because you need some clearance above, typically 6 to 8 inches. However, if you do want to go with our impact support membrane as well as the impact screen, you can still have that mounted with those black angle brackets I talked about before. And like I mentioned, there's going to be Velcro along that impact screen. So if you want, you can opt for the front baffle, which can be seen here. Again, 2 strips of Velcro, one at the bottom, one at the top. And that can be applied to the impact screen. And then if you want to put adhesive Velcro on your ceiling, maybe you've got padded ceilings as well, that allows it to be tied in. So you can easily take your system from an impact screen with the rear support membrane and its assembly there, and then add later on your corner pieces, your front baffle, or maybe you want to do all of that to continue the build outward. So we've talked a lot about the impact screen, the impact support membrane behind it. Now we've looked at some of the baffles that helps to tie it into your room, but maybe you want to go the other way. Maybe you've already got an impact screen that you want to continue to build out your room. You want to add some depth to it. So you might want to look at our side screens here. Again, these can be purchased separately on our Build a Studio or a DIY page. And very similar to the impact support membrane, this comes with a side roller. So these are 5-foot depth. You'll be able to get those black angle brackets. You can mount those to your ceiling. And so you can see here we've got both of them. These are currently being supported by those versatile mounting brackets in the 4 corners. Those again are sold separately if you need to build down from a ceiling, off of a wall, work around garage rails. So maybe you want to build down and underneath your garage rails. That way the garage can still go up and down, but your impact screen and everything can still operate around it. You can do that. Let's take a look at the ceiling panel. So the ceiling panel is supported by our 4 versatile mounting brackets. So you would need to purchase those or have the eye bolts set up in the 4 corners of your enclosure. But that would allow you to tie in and complete your studio so you can have the front baffle attached. We have side baffles that tie in the seams between the side screen and the ceiling panel, and that would allow you to fully complete a Vanish series. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check us out on our Build a Studio page or check out our Vanish series.